What's up, YouTube fans? Today I'm going to take a look at the FansToys Jive X, or their version of a Masterpiece scale toy version of Jazz. So I got this from the Chosen Prime, and I was really excited for this figure because I really like the paint job, especially in vehicle mode. I'm a big car fan, and this version of the Porsche is an actual race car, and it's got all the livery from that race car, so I'm really excited to see what it looks like in vehicle mode. But it also looks really great in robot mode because they added all of that detail and paint here. Now, I did do an unboxing. There's a little bit to do out of packaging. One of the things is you want to plug in these shoulder tabs. So I did this one already. You can see there's a tab. It's plugged in right there. So on this side, you can see this tab is actually rotated forward. So you want to rotate this tab up out of the back here, and it's a little tough to get to. The easiest way to get to is open up this backpack, rotate this out and up, and then come to the inside here and hold on to this and then push that forward, and then you can get that tab out, and that will secure the top of this into there, and it really kind of solidifies him a little bit more compared to out of box. And then you can put this back, fold this down, fold that in, rotate that up, and now he's all cleaned up. You might also have this backpack piece. It might be folded up like that or out of position. You just want it flat, and you want that flat against the back. And now we're ready to go, and man, he looks good. Let's take a look at some of the details. I think what people are most interested in is how it differs from the original. So I'm going to bring in the original. And one thing with these figures is the paint is hard to see the differences on camera. So I'm going to turn the lighting down just a bit here. And the first thing you're going to notice is the original has a glossy white paint. The new one has a metallic pearlescent white. It's a really subtle difference. It's the same difference we got with the FansToys FT-48X. The X version had a pearlescent paint, but it was very hard to show on camera. So hopefully you can see it there. Obviously you can see the difference here on the stripe. They got the stripe and the number 4. This one just had the blue down the middle. You got all of the sponsor logos here: Shell, Bosch, Bilstein, Martini, Porsche, all spelled correctly. No misspellings there, so they just gave it to you. I guess they're not worried about that. Coming down to the waist, by the way, the arms and the shins are the same gunmetal color. But here you've got a little bit of extra red detail on the hip skirts. Coming down to the knees, you can see that there's a silver paint here with a yellow arrow, a red arrow here, and then a little blue line, whereas this one's just that gunmetal color. You can see the feet and the shins are now painted as metallic silver versus this flat gray. This is meant to look more like the cartoon, and this is meant to look more like the toy, so appropriate change there. The wheels, which we'll see more in the vehicle mode, but it just shows out here, just very outstanding look. You have those really detailed rims. Coming to the back, you can see all that livery there, which we'll see more in the vehicle mode. So I'm just going to save it for that, but safe to say it looks very different with the different color stripes and the livery. So those are the main differences between these two figures. Some of the accessories are different too. Later when we take a look at accessories, I will go over the exact differences. But as far as the figures themselves, that's the main difference. There's no really other changes to the figure or the mold. Now, as far as the accessories, we do get basically the same accessories, but some slightly different colors. So first off, we get his shoulder cannon, done in gunmetal and chrome. The original is gunmetal and silver. That's a nice touch for the toy version. That will just plug in right here on either side on these little tabs. And then once you have it tabbed on, you can lift it up on that ratchet. And that looks pretty nice. You also get his blaster done in a matte gray. That is the same as the original, no changes there. Same details. And that has a little tab on the back, and that will plug into his hand. And that's the same, so not really anything to talk about there. Just get that plugged in. We also get the grappling hook, and this is done in matte gray and then a silver paint. No change on this one. I was expecting maybe were going to do the grappling hook in chrome, but I guess that since it's a moving part, they probably didn't want to do that. But to attach this, you're going to come to here, open up this panel, rotate the hand in, close up the panel, and then you can see there's 4 little slots there, and that's going to match up with this. I'm going to put the tall ones on the top, but there he is with the grappling hook. Same as the original, I just wanted to show you. We also get the speakers here, done in a metallic blue, looks beautiful, and then a chrome. That is different, so they painted, instead of the silver paint, they've got chrome on both the outer part here and then the inner part there. That looks nice. These can be attached in multiple ways. You can rotate this, and then this will slide onto these little panels right here. Now it is the same spot as the shoulder cannon, so you do have to kind of take this off if you want it there. Or he can hold it. You can just put it in his hand as kind of like a weapon. If you wanted to, you can rotate it like this, put that in there, and then you can close the hand around, and now you can hold it like that. Lastly, we get these alternate faces with same metallic blue for the eyes and then matte gray for the face. Those are identical to the original. Here's the original. You can see this smiling face is the same. And because it's tradition here on this channel, there it is next to the Magic Square Optimus Prime. Scales nicely in the Masterpiece scale, just like the original. Alright, now let's get Jive transformed into his vehicle mode. There isn't really much reason to show the transformation on camera because it is identical to the first version. So we'll get it transformed off camera and be right back. Alright, and there we have Jive X in vehicle mode. This is just stunning. It's so good looking. The pearlescent paint really shines. I love the way they did the stripe, and the number 4, it just looks seamless. Here's the side. You get the Martini logo. All those sponsor logos still look good. Translucent blue for the lights. A little bit of gray for this intake here. Here's the bottom. Pretty clean considering. Here's the back. You got the Martini Porsche. Got the spoiler here. Beautiful wheel wells, painted. Gold wheels with silver rim. Rubber tires. It does roll on those wheels. Just a perfect looking Porsche. I really love how this turned out. This is kind of why I got this, is because I love this vehicle mode. You can of course attach the weapons here in vehicle mode. If you take the speakers, there's a little divot right here on the back of the spoiler. You can just have it in there and then rotate that to the side. You have that speaker there. And same on this one. You can have that in on the other side. And you can have that look, which I think looks great. You can also attach this and this. So if you take that little peg that in there, you have that. And then this will tab in on the back of a spoiler. It's not the smoothest, but it will tab in back here. It's a little bit of a tight fit, but you want to lift up on that ratchet, and then boom, look at that. Just gorgeous. It really looks good. And for a quick comparison, there it is next to the original Jive, and you can see how different they look. Obviously this one's cartoon accurate, but it's a very plain look, meant to look more like the cartoon. Much prefer this look of the vehicle mode, but if you're looking for a cartoon accurate one, this is kind of the look. And for a quick size comparison, there it is next to the Magic Square toy version of Optimus Prime. and yes, fits in nicely with the Masterpiece scale. So final recommendations on the FansToys Jive X version. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to recommend it. I really love this figure. I love the look of it in robot mode and in vehicle mode. My personal collection, it is going to be in vehicle mode, but it is just as good. I almost am tempted to get a second one. The accessories all work. I mean, it is the same as the original, so there's not a lot to talk about here as far as recommendations. I do still give it a 4 and not a 5 out of 5, only because the transformation still isn't all that fun. It's not impossible. You know, I did do a pretty good transformation video, so if you're looking for help on transformation, check out my previous video. But it is kind of a tough one compared to most FansToys stuff recently, so I do still hold it back for that. But man, this is the perfect toy version of Jazz in the Masterpiece scale, period. Right? I mean, this is it. But that's really it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the Chosen Bride for sending this out for review, and we'll see you next time.